What's up, everybody? It's your boy Yogi here, back at it again for another video for y'all. Firstly, just before I begin, I want to say thank you for everyone who showed a lot of love in my last video. It really means a lot. As you guys know, I'm a huge Raptors fan, and in that video, I had a chance to talk about who I believe is one of the best Raptors to ever wear a jersey, and I did say one of them. I never said out of how many, I just said one of them. So if you want to know who I'm talking about, if you want to know why the comments were going crazy in my last video, check out the video in my channel. But in this video, I'm going to stick with the Raptors because, man, I'm a huge fan. Come on. I'm supporting one of the best teams in the league. It's been tough supporting the Raptors this year. I'm going to be honest, because as much as I love the Raptors, man, it's been such a wonky season. You know, yeah, we're ranked 5th in the season currently as the video is being made, but the Raptors have had moments where they were really good, and they've had like moments that really made me happy, inspired me, and almost made me believe that like this team can really go somewhere. But then there was moments where I'm like, come on, really? Like, no, this ain't it. In this video, I'm actually going to take a look into the Raptors. I'm going to see what I believe the Raptors are going to be doing moving forward for the rest of the season. Specifically, we're going to look into the playoffs because, of course, the Raptors are ranked 5th, so they do have a chance, if not a solid chance, to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to lose the playoff spot, but what I believe the Raptors are going to do this season, what they're probably going to finish, and whom I believe are the most important players going into the playoffs this season. Let's not waste no time. Let's get straight into the video. Let's go. We cannot start this video by not mentioning our all-star, our most important player going into the playoffs this season, Mr. Scottie Barnes. Let's be honest, Scottie Barnes is one of the best two-way players in the NBA. Right? Is that even a question? That guy can play defense, and most importantly, this season he's actually improved his free throw shooting. It's because of these little things that he brings to the court that made him an all-star this year. So props to Scottie, man. Props. Honestly, I'm really proud of the guy. Scottie's ability to score, play defense, guard multiple positions, and just be a havoc on the court is why this guy is not only an all-star, but one of the most important players going into these coming playoffs. We need Scottie Barnes to be that all-star, to take that next step, to show us, the Raptors, why he is the future, why we should put all our trust into this guy. Come on, Scottie Barnes can do it all. Look at it, he can play defense, he can shoot. Now it's more about Scottie. Can you do that on a consistent basis? And more importantly, can you do it in the most important moments? But can you do it in the biggest moments against teams like Detroit and Boston, right? Like, these are the many teams that we have to watch out for going into the Eastern Conference playoffs. We need Scottie Barnes to, like I said, Scottie Barnes has to be the true number one. The guy, the one that we pass the ball to and he can just make a play. Ingram's gonna do his thing. Quickly's gonna try to do his thing, but we need Scottie to be that consistent alpha dog. And let's be honest, if the Raptors are going to have any chance going into the playoffs and really making some noise, it's going to have to start from our all-star Scottie Barnes. This season, Scottie's been great. He really has. He's been averaging 18 points per game, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's pretty good. But when it comes to the playoffs, we're going to need him to do better. And it's going to get tough because in playoffs, not everyone's going to be playing. The benches get really small. Starters are playing a lot of minutes. So he needs to be that consistent superstar if we're going to make some noise going into the playoffs. It's evident that Scottie Barnes can't do it just by himself. We're going to need guys that are going to have to step up. It's evident that Scottie Barnes can't do it just by himself. We're going to need guys that are going to have to step up. And I'm looking at RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett, of course, he's from Toronto. You know, he's playing for the badge. He's not playing for what's on the back. He's playing for the badge. I can see it. But RJ Barrett, man, I don't know. Some people are saying that his season with the Raptors has been okay. He started the season really, really well, but it kind of slowly faded away. But for someone like myself, I think there's still hope in RJ. RJ has shown to be a really good scorer, hit some big shots when we need it, and more importantly, he's shown to kind of take over games, right, behind Ingram and Scottie. We know that Ingram's gonna get his buckets, come on, we know, but it's gonna have to come from the other guys. We can't just rely on Ingram and Scottie to help us win games. RJ has to take that big pivotal role to get those big buckets. Most importantly, free throws are huge in the playoffs. RJ needs to improve in that free throw category because we're going to need some big shots. We're going to need some big defensive plays. And I'm relying on this guy right here, man. This is a Canadian talent, guys. This is one of the best Canadian basketball players to ever play. And RJ can prove it going into these coming playoffs. If he continues to attack the rim, tries to be more of a defensive presence, can hit some free throws, these are big things for sure, without no doubt. Because in this league, it's very important to have two-way versatile players. And if RJ Barrett can be that for the Toronto Raptors, hey, why not? They can win the championship, right? Okay. I mean, I don't know if they're going to win the championship, but let's be honest. In a league where stars are very important, particularly in the Eastern Conference, where the Toronto Raptors have really two superstars in Ingram and Scottie, and an opportunity for RJ Barrett to take that next step to prove to the league that, no, I am a star. I deserve my respect. But hey, I'm just a fan. RJ, if you're watching this, my guy, we need you to cook this upcoming playoffs for sure. Okay, this one's gonna be pretty tough. Emmanuel quickly. Yes, he is the best point guard on our team. We don't even have much good point guards on the Raptors, but Emmanuel Quickly for sure is our best point guard. Really being honest here, I think Emmanuel Quickly has been oddly, like, consistently mid. Like, he doesn't really get the craziest of stats, but in games like this against Golden State where he dropped 40 points, it's like Quickly seems to try to figure out what's his role on his team. You know, is he the facilitator? Is he the scorer? I'm gonna be honest, Quickly, if we're gonna have any chance going into the playoffs, you need to be that true point guard for us. You're gonna need to be able to hit some threes and definitely play some defense. I'm tired of seeing Quickly, you know, struggle to shoot the ball, particularly early in the season. He was struggling to get that three-pointer off. More towards the end of the season, he's slowly getting a little rhythm, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. But for Quickly, he needs to step it up for sure, without a doubt. If the Raptors are gonna have any chance in the playoffs this year, Quickly needs to bring that pace, that ability to get that shot off, you know, to be able to spread the floor. Because for players like Scottie and Ingram, for them to really capitalize on the offense, they need that space. They need the spacing. They need the shooters to shoot. And I'm looking at Quickly for one of the guys on the starting lineup to be able to hit them big-time three-pointers and get those big shots. Because if they just start double-teaming Ingram and double-teaming Scottie, they're going to have to pass the ball at some point. And players like Quickly are going to need to hit those shots without a doubt. He could definitely be one of the most slept-on offensive weapons on the Raptors team, but it only matters if he's really hitting shots, and we'll see what happens when playoff time comes. All right, so let's talk about who I believe is one of the most interesting and key factors, if not one of the biggest key factors coming off the bench for the Toronto Raptors this season. And I believe it's Grady Dick. To be honest, when the Toronto Raptors drafted Grady Dick, it was pretty clear they needed a shooter. And during his rookie season, Grady Dick shown that he could be able to score the ball, man. Grady was able to do some catch and shoots, come off the dribble, even at times be able to put the ball on the floor. Grady has shown to us that he's able to shoot the ball. And going into this coming season, I was hoping that Grady can be able to take that next leap and show himself to be one of the best shooters in the league. Just look at Knipple. Look at him. He's able to shoot threes at like any point with confidence. And for Grady, I was looking for that. And not only just to shoot them, but obviously make them, right? Grady he's been a disappointment. I'm not gonna lie. Just last year, Grady was averaging 14 points per game and was shooting the lights out. Even me, I was at the game last year, able to capitalize, was hitting big time shots, averaging 14 points per game, just around 14 points. But now going into this season, of course, with the addition of Ingram, who has taken his role and dropped, you know, a lot of his minutes and, you know, his shots, took away some of his shots. Now he's only averaging 6 points. For me, I'm looking at Grady and I'm saying, Grady, you need to understand that for you to stay on the court, one, not only can you shoot, but you gotta be able to play defense. We're gonna have teams like Knicks, Detroit, Boston. Those teams are going to be very aggressive, and especially towards Ingram and Scottie, because they know those are our two stars. And when nights where Quickly's not able to shoot the ball well, that's an opportunity for Grady to say, hey, I'm a shooter too. Not only that, but I am one of the best shooters on the team. I do believe Grady can be one of the best shooters on the team, but he has to show it. But let me make one thing clear. For the Raptors to have a good playoff chance to win it all and just have a great playoff season. Players like Grady Dick are very important, and here's why. On any given night, teams have to respect Ingram and Scottie, especially when they're driving towards the basket. And usually at times they're getting double teamed, right? And those times when they do get double teamed and they're attacking the rim, someone's going to be open. And if it's Grady got to be able to hit those big open shots for sure. My prediction going into this season, that I believe that Grady is going to be able to have opportunities towards the end of the season to kind of settle in and kind of understand his role going into the playoffs. The coaching staff have a beautiful opportunity going towards the end of the season to provide Grady some opportunities of some playing time, and of course get some plays, you know, that involve him to be able to get some open shots and be able to show to the team that he is a valuable asset going into the playoffs. And if Grady can be able to hit those transition threes, those catch and shoots on a consistent basis, the Raptors offense looks completely different. Of course, with Scottie and Ingram being the head of the offense and quickly there to support, if players like Jacoby Walter and Grady Dick are able to hit threes, that completely changed the offensive viewpoint for opponents. So what's my overall take with the Raptors going into the playoffs this year? Well, with teams like Boston getting Tatum back, and now with Detroit losing Cade for who knows how long, I believe the Raptors can definitely make it out the first round. I can't see why not. As a 5th seed going into the playoffs, and this season with Ingram, with Scottie, with Quickly, these 3 guys can push us and elevate us to the playoffs for sure. I definitely believe the Raptors can make it out of the first round. I really do. Can they make it out the second round? Depending on who they match up with. But could they make the Eastern Conference Finals? Could they make the finals? Now that I cannot say, of course. But my expectation going into the playoffs is the Raptors should be able to make it out the first round. Once they go into the second round, depending on who they match up with, that's going to show us as the fan base what this team is really made of, and if this team can really be respected moving forward in the Eastern Conference. There's nothing more I can say about the Raptors at this point, and so if you made it to this point of the video, I just want to say thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. As you can tell, I'm a huge Raptors fan, and this team means a lot to me, man. I've watched this team since I was a kid, so it's almost nature for me to just always support this team. So I really do appreciate it if you made it this far to the video. Comment down below. Tell me, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What do you think about my takes? Let me know in the comments down below. Other than that, I want to say thank you for watching. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And hey, let's go Raptors, baby. Let's go Raptors. Yes, sir.